On Your Side is committed to helping break the cycle during Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
And tonight we look at how the Newport News Police Department is taking a new approach when dealing with the issue. Our Kiahnna Patterson has this important story for us.
Tonight you'll meet the Newport News Domestic Violence team, two passionate advocates committed to combat abuse in a unique way. And one of the members overcame a dangerous relationship.
I was in a very toxic and violent relationship for years.
There were moments when Nisha Himes didn't know if she would survive her abusive relationship.
There were so many times where I didn't know how I was going to make it another day. There were even more times when I didn't want to make it another day.
After enduring years of verbal abuse, physical violence, and shame, Himes escaped the relationship in 2012. In that moment, Himes decided to take her power back.
Abuse is about power and control, and when you're a victim of domestic violence, you feel like you have no power, you have no control, and you have no voice.
Now she's using her voice to transform how Newport News police officers interact with domestic violence survivors.
But instead of saying things like, just leave, how about we say, what are the barriers preventing you from getting to safety, and how can we help you overcome them? It's just the different ways in how you approach a victim and helping them out of their situation.
Himes is part of the police department's new domestic violence team, a unique approach to help empower survivors with immediate support like help with protective orders, documenting abuse, and safety planning.
Not just the day of the incident when the officers arrive, but the days going forward when they're in the process of trying to rebuild their peace and their safety.
Cheryl Chavers is the specialist on the team.
You want to drop the charges. Well, tell me a little bit about what happened.
The full-time advocate started working exclusively with domestic violence survivors in April. The team trained new recruits and created small pamphlets for officers to discreetly give people in need.
And it talks about the different types of abuse.
Then the very next day, the team will reach out to the survivor.
There's a voice on the other end that's calling them and letting them know there is hope. You didn't deserve what happened to you, and I'm here to walk with you along this journey.
Himes and Chavers work alongside the department's Special Victims Unit. It was important to bring resources in-house, according to Police Chief Steve Drew, after a bad case last year.
I was angry. When I saw the impact on that lady's life, the physical abuse that she had and the condition she was in the hospital. 28 people in Newport News have lost their lives as a result of domestic violence since 2010. Police responded to more than 740 domestic-related assaults between January and September 6th of 2020. In April, the department responded to between 20 and 25 domestic calls a day. The team is also tasked with changing how the community or family members treat abuse victims.
We can help the community understand about domestic violence, why it's so difficult for a victim to leave, what are some of the barriers that this individual may be experiencing.
Himes wants people in an abusive relationship to see her story of triumph as an example for all.
For every time that you were told that you were worthless and that you wouldn't amount to anything and that your voice didn't matter, that you will overcome.
And if you live in Newport News and you need help, you can call the number on your screen. The domestic violence team has a month-long list of events for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We posted all of those events over on WAVY.com. Kiahnna Patterson, 10 on your side.